I found out about Sean, I do believe that he has probably been in her inbox before. I don't believe that 17 she was in there like giving him the time of day. I think more so once she got around 18, and that's when she started feeling a little more free, because like I said, once you hit 18, people think you can just do whatever you want, and really you can. Legally you can. So I think that's kind of when things started coming together for her as wanting to speak with Sean and go a little further with it.
Okay. I know your father had came out and said that she had spent the summer there and everything, and then she went with her mother, and then all of a sudden she was with Sean. How was that transition? Like, what happened? The mom dropped her off, Sean picked her up. Like, how did that ordeal happen?
So she was in school. She was doing, her stuff with her business and everything like that, and working. I just know from what I've heard from, my family and stuff, and I tried reaching out to her, like I said, and she's not really responding too much, but she pretty much went out there and met with him, as far as like coaching her to do some stuff, and then next thing you know, I get this information to my phone, like Olivia's moved to San Diego. And I'm like, why? For what? What was out there? It was like, oh, she's, dealing with some guy, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay. So I let it ride. I reached out to her, no response. I said, okay. So then literally probably like a week later, even before the week later, I prayed about it. It was like, nah, something got to give. I need to know something, or why was it that this transition or whatever happened to cause that to happen. Then I found out about this whole situation. Now, as far as when she was living with my dad and stuff like that, everybody thinks that, oh, she was just living with my dad for that short period of time. No, she's definitely been very involved and been around at all his houses. And like I said, she's been in our lives very actively since birth. And so once she kind of got involved with this man, it was like basically like a ghost. Like it was like how like she just disappeared dealing with him. But like I said, I've been trying to reach out to her, trying to get through to her. Not much that can be done. Like I said, and even if y'all really sit back and think about it, can we really just call the cops and say, yeah, just go over there? Like, no, it's not that easy, because we got to have some proof that something is going on. And if we don't have no proof, how can we get anybody involved? So we physically as a family know, because we all carry the same genes. So in our heart, in our gut, we know something's not right, but we have to act on it appropriately. The situation has to be addressed appropriately.
Exactly,
totally
because at
agree
this
with
point
her.
she's of age, so there's not really much you can do.
I do have a question. I totally agree with her. I am an older sister as well, and my sister was involved in an abusive relationship.
Who's talking? I'm sorry, y'all. Who's talking?
I'm the Green, the She Go podcast. I'm talking.
Oh, okay. I can't see your box moving. Sorry.
So my sister, it was hard getting her home, and it was extremely abusive to the point where my sister's red. So we knew she was getting abused because of the bruises and stuff on her. And so I agree with you in reference to it being like, hard getting her home and then coming on down. Like, you can't just go over there, until one day she decided, through prayer and stuff like that, she just came home, dropped her bags, and she's like, I'm coming back home, because she couldn't take it anymore. So there was nothing to be said. But for my question, and I think the other guy who was on here mentioned, but I don't know if it got answered. For a lot of times when we're watching the lives, those three try to come off as, everything is working, everything is fine, and we're happy here. For you knowing your sister and like growing up with her throughout your whole entire life, do you feel as if there's like a change in her? Like emotionally, do you see a change in her? And I think that's the only way you could know, like, okay, there's something wrong, because you knew her before Sean,
Yeah, of course. I see a change in her. I see a change in her from her eyes, from the way she talks, from the way she is. The Olivia I know is nothing like this at all.
Because when I'm watching their lives, what I read from her, she seems like, and I could be wrong, an extremely sensitive soul. Because sometimes when she's getting questioned, and they're drilling her and they're going at her, you could see where her face starts to like shut down and stuff. And she seems like she is always wanting to be in a pleasing position to him, and it seems like she always wants to please him. And so I don't know, like, do you guys like take the opportunity? Has she called you guys since she's been living there?
Oh yeah, we talked to her. But like I said, it's real brief. It's not like we sit there and talk about Sean or talk about the situation. We call, check on her, we hear her voice. Just hearing her voice and knowing she's okay is like super, super deep. Yeah, physically, emotionally, and all that stuff, we feel like something is definitely wrong. But like I said, until we have proof, what more could we do?
That's true. So for me,
so wait, no. Hold on. I'm sorry. There's so many people with questions. I just ask that y'all keep it to a one question basis. There's so many people in my box right now. It's just getting so hectic, and people are like writing me.
I'm about to drop. I just want to send some encouragement to you, and to let you know that to just keep praying, and then hopefully one day she'll come home with me going through that experience. So just sending those encouraging words. So thank you for having me up.
Thank you, Boo. I really appreciate your question because it was very detailed and very oriented.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. All right, next question, y'all.
So I just want to know, before, like, y'all didn't see any signs before she even just picked up and left? Like, was it any type of communication? Was her friends active? Did her friends come forward? Like, how did y'all not see it? That she was just about to pick up and leave and go across the country to another state or so,
Because she advised that she was basically going on a business trip, and that's kind of where it left off from there. It was just nothing more to it. She went on a business trip. She went over there, and then she went back again. And if you have a business, which, especially if it consists of you wanting to travel or wanting to bring other people in from different states, once he reached out, I'm sure she wanted to, kind of expand her business. He probably, promoted that he can help her and, make it bigger for her. And that's what looped her in. She went back.
Has she always...
And if we're being also real, I don't know if they slept together at the time, but if something is good, wouldn't you go back to it? People go back for more. I don't care what nobody say. So it's well, do we know that? No. It's just something that could have possibly happened. Until we physically go to the goat or the horse and hear it from the horse's mouth, we're not going to know anything.
Has she always been easily influenced?
What we hear, what she tells us, that's it.
Has she always been easily influenced? Like, has she always been one to, like, follow behind people or easily be, sold a dream?
No, she's definitely always been a leader. So this right here and just falling for this man's bullcrap is just, it's a shocker to me because she's always been the one to be the leader of something. So.
Okay, so Kusha, thank you.
Up and down.
I'm sorry, it's too many people.
I'm about to order some pizza. Okay, so I know you can't speak for your father, but has he brought up or mentioned the reason why he's not reaching out to Sean? Why he's not going out there?
Regular? All right.
Because you know how Sean was like, "Oh, I sent an invitation."
Anything that Sean had to say to my father, what could he possibly say? Y'all tell me, what could that man possibly say to my dad about his daughter?
Someone's music is pretty loud.
To a whole nother state.
Can someone mute that? I hear your music.
I can't. I'm the host, y'all. I'm watching my child.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
And Sean got such a disrespectful mouth. I wouldn't.
Just give me a second, y'all.
I ain't even gonna go that deep. I don't play like that. Let's just put it like that. I don't play like that. That disrespect, and he's already disrespecting my sister. I'm already dealing with it. So yeah, it's not right.
Right. Yeah. I only heard a little bit of what you said. Do you mind repeating that?
I said what? I said there's nothing that Sean can say to my mom that's not really gonna make a difference right now. I mean, what could he possibly say to her? And
Right.
him already disrespecting the fact that my sister is I mean, honestly, any man at that age that has respect for a younger woman would have said, nah, baby girl, we can't go further than this. You're young. I would have definitely made that be known, but maybe he's not that type of man, clearly, from everybody else that's coming out from his old bullcrap that he done did with all these other women. So, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I would totally stand on that one too, because it's like he's sitting there saying, come see me, come here. And it's like, no, man, you took her daughter. You need to be going to him as a man and speaking to him. Like, let's make it make sense. But do anyone else have a question?
I have a question. Do you consider their relationship a real relationship?
Not really. Me physically, I've never seen a physical, like, poly relationship, whatever the case may be. I've never been in nothing like that. I don't really consider it a real thing. I mean, you're sharing me, well, not me physically, but he's sharing her with a whole nother woman. So, like, where's the realness? Okay, you love two women. A lot of people have been torn and loved in between two men or two women, but they've made a choice on which one they want to be with. So I don't see the point in this. I really hope she comes out of this. I hope the lesson that she's learning behind this really can teach her, so that as she get older, she can really see and look back at her life and thank God that she was saved from it, because she will be delivered and saved from it. I believe in that.
Yeah, because as someone who's 19, I've been tried a poly relationship, and I don't guarantee it's the best. Like, I don't tell people that they should be in poly. Like, it's really hard because there's always going to be jealousy and there's always going to be competition. So that's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy. I have a question, real quick. My question is, was Olivia a church girl? Did she used to go to church? Was she like heavy into going into church?
Yeah, I don't really. There's other religions out there, so I don't really like touching on religion. I mean, I believe in one God. I believe in one God. I'm Christian, and so her mom is Muslim, so it's different.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to cut y'all off, but I don't get religious on my page, and I don't want my platform to project that. So please, can we not tie into that? I agree with our guest.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. You didn't know, but I don't do it because you can easily get swiped of your live activities, and I don't want to get swiped of mine because we spreading misinformation. So can we just not get into that, y'all? Just ask another question.
Okay, I have another question. Did Olivia used to dress and do the whole makeup thing the way she dresses now, and the way she does the whole cake-up makeup thing on her face?
Not really. No, that's kind of something that started up as she got a little older. It was something she was going into, but not something she was doing as dedicated as she's doing now.
Okay, someone touched on the subject about like her friends and everything. Is she still in contact? Do you know, like, with any of her friends? Like, does she hang out with them or anything? Like,
I definitely not 100% sure if she's in contact with her friends still. I do know she has quite a bit of friends, so I would hope that she do, because I've met a few that are definitely good and good spirits. So.
Okay, so not to like, you don't have to spill all the tea about you guys' conversation. I know you said you guys don't discuss the whole poly thing, of course. So like, what things do you guys talk about? Like, hey girl, how's your day? Oh, there's a sale at Mac. Like, is the conversation upbeat, or is it just like, hey, you doing good? Yeah, bye. Like, how is that?
No, but kind of basic, yeah. Asking one another how you been, what's been going on, and I speak how, of course, I've been living, and she tells me, oh, I'm doing good, working on her business and doing everything, and then we'll talk about my kids because she was there and around my kids as well, and she'll ask me how they doing and how is things with everybody, and I'll tell her, and then that's pretty much it. I love you, and talk later.
So do you have you sat and met Shanice? Like, have you Shanice come in and like, oh hey girl, this your sister? Oh, okay.
Nope.
So y'all got the real sisterhood, basically.
I think we kind of understand that.
Yeah.
Her family and her real family and her extended family is not correlated. We can all agree to that and attest to that.
Yeah, I don't want to meet them at all. Like, I have nothing to say to them. I just want my sister to come at home.
I have a question for the host.
Yeah.
For the host, I wanted to know if you can add Aunt Karen to the live, if possible.
Like, she would have to go in my guest box, and she's not in my guest box, y'all.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So stop asking me to add Aunt Karen. Aunt Karen has her own platform, and if she's live right now, she's hosting her own live. So she would have to get in my guest box, y'all.
Okay, so just back on the phone calls, I'll leave it alone. But do Sean monitor her phone calls that you know of? Like, do he always like sort of hover over her and listen in?
So you don't physically see him, but he's there. He's there. So I'm gonna just say that. You definitely know he's there.
Yeah, okay.
Yo, I'm sorry, but these comments is like really annoying me right now because they're saying that I'm rude, and I'm literally I'm from New York. Like I don't know how. Like, I'm tired of y'all coming at me like I'm trying to be rude to anybody.
People are soft nowadays. People are so soft.
I'm telling y'all legit how TikTok lives run, and y'all literally coming in here telling me oppositions as if it matters. I can't just go ahead and like interrupt her live and be like, hey, come into my live. There could be so many people requesting her to come in my live. If she is doing something that she want to do, I don't know her personally. She doesn't even follow me back on TikTok. So therefore, I don't have no really access to this woman. Y'all coming in here like I have the access to her and this is what she needs. I would prefer her to be on here. But if she don't see fit to come in here, I can't force her to do so. So stop coming at me like I'm being rude. I'm telling y'all facts. Like, stop saying like I'm being rude. I'm not being rude. I'm telling y'all facts, and y'all literally keep telling me like I'm supposed to just make rainbows come out of my booty. Like, I'm sorry. I can't.
I think there's a difference between rude and just being so
my tablet and my phone's about to die, but I definitely want to y'all, and once I'm able to get back in again, and anybody have any questions or anything, yeah, can inbox me if y'all would like. I mean, I've been getting messages anyways. I've been responding to. I don't deal with negativity. I don't deal with any of that.
Miss Brianna,